So I'd like for each of you to tell us about your companies, the services you provide, and some of the productions you've worked on, and how you guys make shooting in New Mexico easy. So, Andrew, we'll start with you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea. I'm with PRG, otherwise known as Production Resource Group. We're brand new to New Mexico and really excited to be here. We are a very large company that PRG historically has been known for live events and lighting and stage work. However, they recently acquired VER camera. And so we're here focusing on cinema cameras and also visual effects tools like our NCAM product, which will allow for pre-visualization to be seen in set while you're shooting, and you can see how those CGI characters work. And we also have a standing LED wall here in town in Albuquerque. This is going to be used mostly for car processes, but Deborah had mentioned the lack of seaside resorts and things like that. We now have the ability to do that here in town. So glad to be here. Thanks.
And John, tell us about Panavision here in New Mexico.
I would have hoped that most of you have heard of Panavision. We actually rent cameras and lenses, been in business since 1954. We've done lots of productions in the state prior to a change in the program where they wanted to have brick and mortar and a person. So we did that immediately in 2012. And I should also say that we have a post company, Flatiron. So we do digital dailies here. They are located actually downtown where we have better access to fiber where we don't have in our current location. But hopefully in the near future, we'll have those two, we'll have it all combined in one. I'll be here week after next working on that, frankly. Projects, oh my God. You want to go back to 2012, that was Lone Ranger, but we went way back before that. I didn't bother. I have a list,
Yeah, tell us.
The type is so small, I can't really read it, but, 10 feature majors, 25 feature indies, 15 series, and 1 movie of the week.
Well, tell us a little bit more about Lone Ranger and what was provided there.
Well, Lone Ranger was kind of an interesting one. That was right at the start of when, digital cameras really were getting a lot of traction. And this happened back in the early days where actually they would shoot film. They shot both film and digital. So they shot film in the day and digital at night because at that time, the digital cameras could dig into the blacks a lot better. So they shot both formats. And that happened for a short while. That's kind of gone away now. But we did that. It was a big show. Very big show. Anamorphic lenses,
Excellent. And Crystal, studio concierge. You do everything. I mean, including not only booking travel and rental cars, but massages as well for the crew.
Yeah, I used to be a production coordinator like Andrea was back in the day, and I started working out here in 2007, and Joyce Smith started our company that year, 2007, because she owns a private housing company that was getting a lot of calls with the incentives that had started up, people looking for homes and, condos to rent for crew and for cast. And then they would inevitably ask, okay, now what are the best hotels in town? And where do I get sushi? And I need a dog walker. And they kind of saw her as a local boots on the ground resource. And so I started as a client of the company. And then I wanted to get out of physical production. So I purchased the company in 2014 from Joyce. And then we've had a good time growing it. One of my partners is here that we work with a lot, Aquila Travel. They book the flights. We take care of the hotels and rental cars and the concierge type services. And then Joyce handles the private housing. So we kind of try to cover each of the corners of production travel. And our biggest goal is to save the production's money and time. So we're blessed to work with about 95% of every feature and series that comes to the state. We have 335 hotel partners all over. I physically go and vet them myself to make sure that they'll be a good fit and work for the needs of our production clients as far as flexibility and attrition, and don't make us sign a contract, I'm not going to do it, anything we can try to do, since I have a background in production, to soften it and make it as flexible and easy as least expensive, and we also cover the actual reservations 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We do that all for free for our production clients.
You also have catering as well?
No,
No?
we don't.
Okay.
We've done party planning and, cast dinners and table reads, and we'll help with special wrap parties, things like that. But we don't do the catering ourselves. We just partner with different businesses here in town to take care of that type of thing.
Right. Can you share with us, was there some epic, well, I know Breaking Bad is always here, but and Better Call Saul, was there an epic production that came in and they needed some ungodly number of rooms?
I would say for us as a small business, I'd say we really had to work pretty hard on Batman versus Superman coming in into the small towns in New Mexico. And the first time I drove to Deming to look at hotels, I didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what to expect, but we just held in there, Deming and Lordsburg. And that was a massive production, 300 rooms a night for about a month. And so that really tested us, but we all survived and learned a lot from it. And now we've opened an office in Atlanta. We have an office in Pittsburgh, and we're trying to always grow and go to all the places where our clients that are really loyal to us want us to go. We're a nationally accredited travel agent, so we can go wherever they need us to go. We had to find a boxing coach recently. Whatever they need, we may not be the person to hand it to them, but we have the local relationships and resources to help at least get them to the people that they need.
And then tell us about working in rural areas. Is it a mix of lodging and bringing in a lot of trailers?
Yeah, mostly just lodging. We just really have to kind of spread out. We've gone to Socorro many times. Las Vegas and Espanola are, practically, just as busy as Albuquerque and Santa Fe. We're there a lot. Really, and then we've had to bring in, chefs from the local restaurants for VIP type catering in the hotels. We've had to have massage therapists go to Tamaya at 4:00 in the morning when an actor wraps and had a hard day and needed, a treatment. And so we just really try to remember the hours they're working, they're away from their families, they're away from the familiarity of their homes. And it's our job as New Mexicans to make them feel welcome, to make it easy, and to help them, want to come back over and over again.
Johannes, tell us about VIP Star Network.
Yeah, my name is Johannes Chimoino. I am with the VIP Star Network. And essentially, the VIP Star Network is a comprehensive group of medical professionals, physicians, nurse practitioners, pharmacists that are all engaged to dedicate their time to serve the entire film industry, whether you're above the line as well as below the line, whether you're in accounting or whether you're a production coordinator. If people get sick, we have people on the ground across New Mexico that can expedite services to everybody in the production so that things run very smooth, very efficient, and easy. There are several success stories that I probably could share. There was recently a producer that had chronic ear issues that he's been dealing with his entire life since he was a child. Well, it resurfaced while he was filming in Santa Fe, and they needed an ear, nose, and throat specialist. They didn't want to go in urgent care and wait 6 to 8 hours, maybe even 2 hours to get in, when necessarily the urgent care wouldn't be the proper place of service for that producer. So the production coordinator gave us a call, and while he was traveling from Santa Fe to Albuquerque trying to catch a flight back to LA, he decided, if I can't get in, I'm going to drive all the way back to Los Angeles, because I didn't want to get on a flight, and everybody knows how difficult that can be to get on a flight with either a cold or anything that's going to be an ear issue. So we were able to get him to our ear, nose, and throat specialist. From the time of traveling from Santa Fe to Albuquerque, he got his treatment that needed, got on a flight, got back to LA within 2 hours. In today's society, we all know that that is not normal. As a new patient, if you try to get in to see a specialist, especially here in New Mexico, you're waiting 6 to 9 months as a new patient. So having a group that's dedicated as an additional benefit to the film industry is unbelievable. And it's an opportunity that everybody should take advantage of, because as we know, the lines are getting longer and longer to see medical professionals. Whether you need a prescription refill, we have you covered. Whether you have a chronic back issue, we have physiatrists that can get you in. The only thing that we don't do is refill non-narcotic medications, essentially. So we're very diligent. We vet out every one of our physicians. We have up to 26 different providers all across the board here in New Mexico, and it's been very well received. Now we're just trying to expand the knowledge base to make sure that people know who to call when these things come up.
On set?
Yep, on set, in the hotel, Airbnbs. Sometimes the proper place of service would be in a clinic environment. So if that needs to happen, we can organize that very easily to get people into a clinic for, like, let's say an MRI or an X-ray that needs to happen on a wrist or an ankle. Yeah, so we've got a lot of options.
Any zany productions? A lot of injuries coming through. Anything like that happen? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, and that kind of aids in the environment of a workers' comp injury, it sounds like what you're referring to.
Or like stunts out of control?
Yeah, stunts out of control. We've got a group that can respond pretty quickly. And we have people within every hospital as well. So if you live in New Mexico, you know that New Mexico is a managed care state. So it's divided based on what insurance you have. So we have people that are represented in almost every one of the facilities to basically be able to respond fairly quickly, whether a patient needs to be admitted, which isn't as common in the film industry. But we have a lot of options to make sure that people know where to go and we can organize it for them.
And Marsh, tell us about AE Productions.
Yeah, we are primarily live concert, event, and design, but we've been involved in the movie industry, film, TV stuff since 2006. And we've worked on films such as Book of Eli, where we did the analog to digital transfer and uploaded with a Pro Tools system to post in Hollywood. And we've been involved in designing clubs, putting video walls up, building custom stages, things like that.
So it's everything from equipment to physical to post.
Exactly.
To post services.
Yeah, I just completed building, we have a studio in Placitas too, that's going to be equipped fully for ADR and some other things that we're trying to finish it and make it a full surround facility too.
Excellent. Excellent. Anything you would all like to add?
I would. I forgot to brag. So our first show in New Mexico was Biggest Loser, so thank you. I know you're here. I really appreciate that. It was a great show. We've also done some really big ones as well, not in the state. Unfortunately, we're just new here, but some of our list includes like Rogue One, Black Panther, Deadpool, and Gravity was probably one of our biggest LED sets. So I just wanted to share that and also say we do Ozark as well. So we're looking forward to lots of work in New Mexico.
Well, thank you all very much. Thank you.
I kind of want to add one more thing.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I did forget to mention one thing. Our services are now tax rebatable as well, which is definitely a big benefit to the film industry.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.